This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
This is your first look at sports. I'm Jonathan Benson. The Boys Club of the Bahamas is set to continue with its Father and Son Bridging the Gap initiative next week Saturday. Julian Gibson tells us more.
Calling all men for a fun run walk on Goodman's Bay to Clifford Park June 8th. All should be there.
Our Boys Club, under the patronage of Mr. Silbert Ferguson, chairman of the JCNP, have consented to have this under this patronage to really enforce and to pull all of the men, especially from our Junkanoo group, to really interact and to have positive events for our fathers and sons.
I'd just like to take this opportunity to say thank you to the Boys Club of the Bahamas for choosing me as the patron of this event. As you know, in Junkanoo, we have thousands of young men and their fathers working together in Junkanoo shacks. And we take this opportunity now to say that the privilege is all ours in the Junkanoo community, that we will be present to support this event with fathers and sons. And we think this initiative that is taken on by the Boys Club of the Bahamas each year has been growing in numbers, and we encourage all fathers and their sons and their adopted sons and their cousins and nephews to all come out and support this very, very worthy event.
Also jumping on board, the Kiwanis Club.
We are a non-profit organization or a civic organization who believe in giving back to the community. We work tirelessly to try and improve the lives of many, particularly children. As a matter of fact, the international theme for Kiwanis is serving the children of the world. So we take great pleasure in being a part of this awesome display of help, this awesome display of togetherness that the Boys Club is actually responsible for undertaking.
Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
All right, thanks a lot, Julian. From golf, Georgette Rolls coach Kim-Win Aiken says the opportunity for her pupil to play here at home in the Petersall Classic served more than one purpose. According to Aiken, in addition to Georgette playing in her first LPGA event, young Bahamians were able to see firsthand that through hard work and dedication, they too can realize their true potential.
I just hope all of the children, all the young, anybody, never too late to go for golf, never too late to go to any sort of sport, because that will lead you into the good education.
The sports sector here in the Bahamas set to get a big boost. Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Perry Christie, made the announcement this morning as he presented the new budget plan to the House of Assembly.
The government will begin the process of investing some $10 million in the construction of multi-purpose sporting facilities in the Family Islands that will give young athletes in these communities the opportunities to develop in competitive sports on a similar basis as those in New Providence and Grand Bahama.
Well, the Bahamian Brewery and Beverage Company coming on board to support the 2013 Long Island Regatta. Sales and Marketing Manager Lyndon Johnson made the check presentation this morning, and accepting on behalf of the Long Islanders Association was Executive Henderson Burrows.
Above and beyond the Sands Bay E-Class race that we'll be sponsoring, we also will have the Sands Man in the Boat Sculling race, which is scheduled for Friday, June 8th. The winner will travel to Grand Bahama later on in the year to participate in the Sands Bay Man in the Boat Sculling Championship of the Bahamas. Last year we had Mr. Clayton Bain, who emerged as the Sands Bay National Champion, and we hope to get somebody or have somebody from Long Island as a champion in Grand Bahama during the Grand Bahama Regatta.
We're very proud to have Sands on board with us, especially this year. They've come on board in a big way, and if we categorize our sponsors, I think they'd fall into the bronze sponsor category.
Well, the Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association is extending condolences to the family of the late Stephen Dillett, who was a past president of the Grand Bahama Tennis Association. BLTA President Deron Donaldson called Dillett a great administrator, leader, and contributor to the sport of tennis here in the Bahamas. In fact, Dillett helped many of the well-established players from Grand Bahama get where they are today, and so it's only fitting that Grand Bahama is once again on the move when it comes to the game of tennis.
They just started up their association again under the presidency of Oliver Mizek. Ashford Hall is first vice president, and they have a few more executives on that board. They need a base. They need something where they can have their school programs, their inner city invite the inner city kids. They need like a court, and we want them to also host events. So the talks came up to be, we need a facility. We need, even if I'll mention it, I saw the squash club is not really in major use, and maybe the ITF with the Grand Slam development or the government can help to pressure clean or, something so we can get a location for them, because the location is key. But the long-term goal is, I think they do have a plot of land in the sports center in Grand Bahama.
They are going to make the proposal and go to government, and the ITF will try to advise, guide, and see how we go from here.
Well, after a stellar performance at last year's Junior Nationals, the Freedom Farm Baseball League believe they have the opportunity to do even better when the Nationals return to Grand Bahama next month. However, according to President Greg Burrows, if certain things don't come together, they may not even be able to take a full contingent.
Our older teams, we're facing some financial issues to get those guys down to Freeport this time. I am not 100% sure if we will be taking the older group. Unless we see or get some breakthrough with some finances to get some plane tickets, we probably only carry the younger ones. A lot of people are challenged right now with money, and we doing and we asking and we're doing what it takes to get them down there. But a lot of our older guys is inner city fellas, and a lot of them be faced with some challenges to get them down there. So, but I think we can do what it takes.
And just a quick note to pass along to you, out of the International Olympic Committee meetings in St. Petersburg, Russia, we can tell you that earlier today, a combined committee from softball and baseball, they joined wrestling and squash on the final ballot for reintroduction to the 2020 Olympic Games. Only one of those sports will make it back to the Olympic schedule, and the IOC Assembly will make that final decision on September 8th in Buenos Aires, Argentina. And that will do it for sports. Once again, I'm Jonathan Benson. Stay tuned. We have more coming up after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.